even what kind of any risk preference, I do believe that it also helps to gain the interesting experience in our life. And without risks, I think that our life is just really stable and not really something that become like a milestone in our life. So I hope that during this meeting we're going to have some sense of what our risk preference and how can we leverage that risk to produce amazing things in our life. So I would love to walk through the agenda of the meeting today. The first section is that our introduction section, like this one. The next one is a table topic section. The next one is a prepare speech section, and the last one is the evaluation and review section. Firstly, I would like to invite our president, who will deliver our really key member in EXCO team, Toastmaster Trúc Phạn, for opening address. Please give her the applause.
On behalf of the President today, I'm the Vice President of the club, and welcome all of you to Vietnam Leader Toastmaster Club. Thank you for spending your time this Sunday. And as the Toastmaster goal, we always come here to develop ourselves, to practice, to enhance our public speaking skill and leadership skill. So what is Toastmaster again? Toastmaster is a non-profit organization since 1924 in the USA. Now in Vietnam we have a lot of clubs, more than 16,000 clubs in the world, in 121 countries. And how about in Vietnam? Today now we have only 12 clubs nationwide. We are trying to grow the club and grow a lot of community of Toastmaster for all Vietnamese citizens. In Toastmaster, especially in Vietnam Leader Toastmaster, we practice the public speaking skill in two languages, English and Vietnamese. So today you may join the English session, but the next 2 weeks you can spend your time to practice your public speaking skill in Vietnamese. How hard will it be when you speak Vietnamese? Let's take a risk, take time and try, and develop yourself and give yourself a chance to practice, and never forget to learn, keep learning and develop yourself. So back to the team leader today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Trúc Phạn, for really clear introduction about our organization. And the next one is that the key role holders, the one who makes significant contribution to the success of every meeting. I would love to invite Toastmaster Diệp Nguyễn for introduce her role as a listener.
Thank you, Toastmaster Huỳnh Phan. As a listener, actually my role is really easy. Just sit here and keep silent, listen all your messages, and at the end of the meeting, I will ask you guys a lot of questions. So please pay attention to our meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you. The next role is a grammarian, the one who's gonna keep track our English in terms of grammar, so that he can provide us the advice, knowledge in terms of how we can fix them. Please welcome Toastmaster Diệp Shan for introduction for his role. Okay, so I would love to invite Toastmaster Sam for introduction for the role.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Just take the videos about the meeting. I'm today's grammarian. My role is to record the good usage and bad usage of the meeting. Another important role is about to speak the word of today. I think we are so happy. So today's word is happy. So during the meeting, I hope you can all use the happy. And of course, in the meeting, I will also record the times you using the happy. Okay, that is my role. Thank you very much.
And the last zero holder, I would like to invite Toastmaster Hiêm Hoa for the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Phantom, for the introduction. As a general evaluator, I will sit over there and after every single activity from you. So And later I will give some evaluation so that we can improve everything in the future.
Thank you, Toastmaster Thiện Hoa. And I think that I don't want to waste our time anymore. Let's jump straightly to our very first section, table topic section, and I will leave stage to Toastmaster Chan.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Morning. Yeah. I need that energy. Today the topic is about taking risks. For those who don't know, that I remind again for the taking topic sessions. So my role is I share with you all the question, and I expect to get your answer or your sharing. And this session is not only applied for the member, but it's also for the guests. So let's join us today also. So about taking risks, I like don't hesitate. Just share with us they have several types of risks, but to me, I think that taking risks is like sometimes it's worthy to take, but the other side is somehow is the result is great that's attractive enough for us to take risks. So let's dive in today. So we can understand more about the taking risk. So the first question is take from my own. So how about a timer? Sorry, I missed it again. Sorry. So we welcome to the timer. I think you should sit here. It's better. Yes.
Alright, so today I take a last minute additional role as a timer. So my role for another timer is to time your speech. Right, so for the table topic section, you will have us maximum 2.5 minutes. Yes, for our answer. So after 1 minute, I will show you the green card. 1 minute and 30 seconds, the yellow card. 2 minutes, the red card, and you only have 30 seconds to finish your speech. And when your answer reach 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will show you the bell. That means you should stop and let the other people speak, okay? Right.
Thank you. Yeah, so remember the time when you deliver your answer here. So the first question again is not from my case. Though I'm the person who suggested the topic of today, but I'm not the one fond of taking risks. I'm so scared taking risks. I'm kind of conservative. So I need your sharing about my question. Why people don't like taking risks? Can I see something?
Can you go on stage?
Yeah.
Yes.
My
name is Jessica. I live in Australia. First, thank you. I think a lot of people are very, conservative, not taking risks because they don't know what's going to happen. They want to be sure about something. For example, they want to say, this is how much money I'm gonna get. This is how much value I'm gonna get out of that, because everyone so used to everything is disclosed, and like the value, the money, and anything. So without knowing the value or the volume of something you're gonna get, everyone is afraid to lose. I think they don't want to lose something that very important to them, and money, time, or relationship, or anything, career. So they want to be sure, they make sure that they hold on to something very secure. So I think that's why a lot of people they don't want to take risks.
Thank you for your sharing.
Can I have
Taking risks is we don't know the outcome, how the outcome looks like. Sometimes the taking risks is like
of the reasons why I and majority of people don't like to take risk. But in the other side, it have the other side of people who are the risk taker. So what motivates them? What inspires them to take risk?
Yes. So I think maybe out of everyone here, I'm actually a really big risk taker. Maybe not with money, but I'm a big risk taker when it comes to getting new opportunities and even jumping into things that I'm not really sure that I know will have a good outcome. So one example that I will give you is the day that I decided I will go back to Vietnam. So like you, I've actually been living in Australia for about 14 years. So a very, very long time in my life that I spent overseas. But because of an illness, and I think most of you know what illness that I had, at the time it's called social anxiety. So I was very afraid to talk to everyone. So I took the leap. I decided that, okay, if I stay in Australia, there's a chance that my illness will still be here. But if I decided to take a leap of faith, even though I may not know what's on the other side, at least I have a good enough feeling that in Vietnam, I will have my families, I will have the people that look like me, speak like me, and people that probably will care more about me than the people that I know in Australia. So with that kind of belief, I was like, okay, I have no jobs in Vietnam, but I'm still gonna do it. And I know that unless you take a risk and really jump into things, you don't know what's really gonna be the outcome. It may not work out, but you will be surprised at your ability to thrive under pressure, under challenges. Another example I give is also with love. A lot of people are also afraid of taking risks in love. They're afraid of getting hurt. I say this not for everyone. I know that some of you just jumps into love, I know. But for myself, I was very afraid for a very long time. So I took risks on everything except for love. The reason is because my father was very abusive. So I never really think about, approaching a man and thinking that, oh, he will hurt me in the same way that my father hurt my mother. But I realized at the age of 28 that unless I take action now, I'm gonna be a single lady forever. So yes, I decided that I was gonna take a risk in love too. And I fell in love, and it failed, but I fell in love again. So that's the power of taking risks. You may still fail, but you still might see the end of the tunnel. So yeah, that's my experience. Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
Surprisingly, you also share one of the question in my list about taking risks in love. Personally, but later, maybe if we have time, I will ask that question again. You share a very good, very inspiring story about taking risks. But that in your case, I want to ask more about the formula. Do you have any factor we will consider before taking risks? What factor, what element do you consider before you take the risk? Yeah, it's not like, I think if we just take the risk, it's like gamble. Like we just put there, we make our decision, we gamble ourselves for something we're not sure. But take the risk, they have something guaranteed for something outcome good there. So how we to avoid the gamble, we for sure more about the outcome. Yeah.
So there are many things that we could consider before taking any risk. First of all, this could be like you need to know who you are. So like about your age, what are you doing, and what is the reward that she mentioned earlier. We're gonna have before we take the risk. And besides that, we also need to know what is our responsibility. For example, I'm alone, so I'm single, I don't have family, so I can do whatever I want. Today I'm here, tomorrow I can be somewhere else. But you have family, if you have kids. So you cannot just today you get a job and you don't like the boss, okay, I chose the other job. What happened if you fail? Your son, your child, they're going to starve it, and you're not allowed to do it. So before taking any risk, you must ask yourself, so what is your responsibility? That's the most important thing that I want to mention here. Because of course, well, we can, some people, they like taking risks and they're gonna be happy worse, but sometimes we don't have to take risks. We're still happy with our life. There are people, they kind of like living that way. As I know, most of the German friends, like they have the same habit. So every year they travel to the same country. They go to the same restaurant. Why? Because I know this restaurant, they have good service. They know that place so well. I enjoy being there. Maybe I want to go to a different one. It could be. When it's not good, they will start complaining. Oh, that's so bad. Why people behave like that? And they're gonna have a bad experience. And you know, like for them, it's really important. Like they usually like travel once a year, and they want to make it worth it. That's why they keep doing, repeating the same thing. And also for your life, so you need to know exactly what you are, the person you are. Like if you are, some people are like me, conservative people. So we need to evaluate things before we take any risk.
Absolutely agree with what you shared. I think that before we take risk, we have to really understand who we are and what our plan before, because I think that the next move is can be waste if we don't know what this move will beneficial for our plan or not. Because we have to make sure that we see something like in the end. So we talk about take risks, so I expect to see some the other hand to take risks to stand here, because we come here, public speaking is something we step outside, we step out of the comfort zone, we face the fear of talking. So let us come to the next question. So they have many self-help books that encourage us to take the risk to become a better person in ourselves. So, but when is the right time to take risks? Can I see there's some hand taking risks?
Yeah, actually, I'm not clear about the link between the book and the
The self-help book, they have always the self-help book that is always encourage you say something easy, but like something that not really applicable for yourself. But taking risks, we have to take a risk to grow ourselves. So I wanted to ask you, like, I think that everyone here is always have the plan to grow. So how about yourself? When is the right time for you to take this? When you decide to take this?
Hello everyone, it's my first time on the stage and share with you about my thinking. So when I can take risks, and I share with you, I'm the conservative girl. So every time I take the risk, I always think about what is in the best scenario, what I will get, and in the worst scenario, what I will lose. And if I compare this and I see maybe I can very more happier when I get some big achievement, rather than when I feel safe, when I fail, I will decide to do. And maybe joining this club at this time is one of the moments I take the risk, because I'm not very familiar standing here and saying something that I never prepare again. Right now, even my head, I don't know what happened. Yeah, but I want to take the risk and I'm happy about this. So thank you to
What's your name?
Nguyệt.
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 Yes. Thank you, Grace. Your answer resonated me a lot, because I'm also the conservative, earlier I said. So before taking risks, they have so many questions, they have many analyses in my head before I decide to do something. So when we talk about taking risks, they have many inspiring stories. The outcome is always something like good, right? It sounds great, right? But have you ever encountered you taking risks, you take the break, you taking college to do something new, but unfortunately, this turned out something failed. Yeah, welcome to Stay. Nobody showed you what I think of this person.
Okay. Have I ever experienced like something I want to take risks and then it failed? I think I already did it, like because I'm kind of interested in something new. So and I want to prove myself. So like there's some product block and I take some risk. I volunteer. I will do it, and then without skill or good preparation, and then it failed. Like I did tell you about the story of mine doing the presentation in front of my company, and then I actually sucked. So it took me like 6 months to get over it, and now I come to Toastmaster to practice the presentation skill, so that next time if I have a chance I'll do it better. So yes, I did terrace and then fell. Yeah, I'm getting over it.
Yes, I remember you sharing before about your experience at the year-end party at your company, right? Yes. So that's why I say this question is somehow as related to you. But thank you for coming here. They have taking risks somehow sounds scary. I know, even though they have a lot of motivation, they say the outcome in the other side is so good that it's help you to grow something. But somehow it still stops us to take a move. So what is the effective way you think for us to motivate to take risks? Can you see again?
First motivators to take risks easy. Actually, first thing about myself that is I'm not a risk lover. I'm a risk averse. But recently I found a formula to take risks. The first thing is that do not think that's a risk. First thing we just think, oh, that's just a thing, that's just an event. And the second thing that is now, if that's just a thing, normal thing, that's just an event. So do we want to have a new experience about that? So when we say, yeah, I want to have another experience about that kind of event. So that means we come to another step. That means we will choose another option the way we haven't done before. So that's a new thing. So some people will say that, oh, you take a risk, but actually inside us, we just do the thing that we haven't done before that. So try a new thing. And I apply to myself a lot. Because I think that's a habit for me to just, I will try a thing, I will try a new thing. I have that idea from like the hangout session I had with Kang and Tony. Tony, he picked for another really strange smoothie, and I asked him why he did that, and he said because he haven't tasted it before. So I think, wow, that's a good idea, and now I will try it. So do you think that's a risk? Just think that's an event and just want to experience that kind of event in the new way you want. So that's real motivators to take this easily. Actually, it's not a risk in mind. Thank you.
Thinking. I have one thing that I think about your sharing is about something we think is an event. We take it, like we just take it, no matter it's lead us to somewhere else. But they have some people say taking risk is my need you to not fear about the failure. Do you agree with that? Some people say be scared of the failure. Do you agree with that?
Yes, can someone tell me? Alright, so the question is, do we need to take risks to overcome your fear? Well, I do agree with that because for me personally, I have a lot of fear, and I think it keeps preventing me from growing to be the person I want to be, right? So let's say if I'm single and I find someone that I want to date, I would be so afraid to ask that person out. So and then even though that person showed me some interest, I still afraid to ask because I fear reject, right? But then eventually, right? I think I said, okay, I fear getting rejected. So then I would ask people to go on a date, and then eventually I don't. It feels normal to get rejected. Also, I also fear of open water. So the thought of like, oh, if I go to the open water and I die because of the water, I also fear of that. So then I start go scuba diving. And then so when I go scuba diving, I go afraid, right? But then when I try it, I feel that it's not that scary, and scuba diving is actually fun, right? And so for me personally, in my life, whenever I go somewhere, the first thing is in this province, what do they have that I'm afraid of? So what thrill experience that am I afraid of? Then I should try it, because the moment I try it, even though I have fear of it, but after I have the experience, I feel that I'm a better person and I'm no longer be afraid of that things. And there's a quote from a philosopher, Nietzsche from Germany. He said that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So and I totally agree with that quote. Yeah, so that's my answer. What doesn't kill you
Makes you stronger.
That's from the song.
Yeah.
That also from the song.
Yeah, also from the song.
I just remember it's
Why you
so
strong?
familiar from the song. Yes, take a retake before you decide to do something that somehow is scary. With the failure, it's just an event. Does not decide who you are. You're not a failure. You're not a failed person at all. So even though I'm a conservative person, when talked up in terms of taking risks, but I have a tendency to decide what I do based on what I'm scared. The reason is because I really inspire, really want to see that version of myself in the other side after I taking risks. Yes, I'm scared to like listen and fun. I'm scared to take risks enough. The feeling of rejected is something terrible that is my obsession for long, but we cannot live without knowing the feeling of love and being loved. So in the end of this sessions, I want to share that taking risks is something that's not easy. It takes a lot of encouragement from yourself before you decide. They have no formula before you, whether you take risks or not. It's based on your preference and the way you approach to your life. But because now is the beginning of the year, you may have so many plans you want to decide to do in your year. Some of them is might need you to take risks and step outside of your comfort zone. Thank you. And back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Ziojan, for walking through us a lot of factors in risks. For example, whether regarding the result of taking risks, we also surprise us with a lot of achievement or teach us a lot of lessons learned and experience in our life. And we also know what is the factors that affect to us whether we should take risks or not, or what is the right time, and especially just normalize risk. It's just a normal event that happening in our life, and if we really want to have that new experience and we can stand the worst scenario if we fail, just take it So thank you very much, Toastmaster Williams, Jordan again for such amazing section. So last we come to the timing report of Toastmaster Pekka.
Alright, so today we have 7 speakers, and first, Toastmaster Jessica, you finish your answer 1 minute and 2 seconds. Toastmaster Ling, 2 minutes and 80 seconds. Barney, 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Toastmaster Nguyen, unfortunately, your answer is less than 1 minute. But you know, hopefully you can make it next time to the voting. Toastmaster T, luckily, you just passed one minute. Toastmaster Xian, 1 minute and 35 seconds, and Toastmaster Khánh, 2 minutes.
So except for Toastmaster, all other speakers are eligible for voting.
So for the people who are like eligible for voting, can we stand up? So
Okay, so this is Toastmaster Jessica, Toastmaster Ling, Toastmaster Barney, Toastmaster T, Toastmaster Xian is somewhere, and I'm Khánh, yes, Toastmaster Khánh, somewhere in the ocean. Chị đưa cho ai vậy? Ai collecting?
Who wants you to collect the vote? Bunny is collecting the vote.
okay. No more.
How do we have the identity?
Okay, so I think voting is that one. Okay, so let's welcome to the second part of our meeting today, which is prepare speech. So this is a section where our speaker will prepare a speech based on our educational pathway program of Toastmasters International. So let's welcome on the stage the very first speech, Level 1 Project 3 speech titled The Ali Saw It All of Toastmaster PT. Toastmaster PT, The Ali Saw It All.
But
besides that, I would like to invite our Toastmaster Linh Nguyễn for Toastmaster Linh Nguyễn for the evaluation objective.
Hi, so I'm the evaluator for Miss T today. So her level is level 1, project 3, which the main focus will be on body language and vocal variety. So during her speech, I'll be looking at the way that she expresses and deliver her speech in terms of the body language and also the mannerism and in the vocal variety. So when you speak high, you speak low. So I'll be looking for that, because that's also important in the speech. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Linh. Besides, I also invite Toastmaster Khánh Phạm for the timing introduction.
Okay. Alright, so for the prepare this session, so 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, I will show you the green card. Here's the green card. At 6 minutes, I will show you the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will show you the red card, and you have 30 seconds to finish your answer. And for Toastmaster Barney, level 4, project 1, I think your speech is 15 minutes, right? So Yeah, at 15 minutes, I will just ring the bell. Is there any?
No, 15 to 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so I think at 10 minutes, I will show you the green card. 12 and a half, I will show you the.
15 to 20.
I know. That's the signal for you. Okay.
Okay.
Yellow, I will show you the 12, 13 minutes. No, 15 minutes. 15 minutes, I will show you the yellow card.
Okay.
And 18 minutes, I will show you the red card. Okay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hạnh Phạm. Okay, so everything is ready and set up. Please, the Ali Soil Toastmaster TT.
Okay. So my speech title is The Alley Saw It All. So what did the alley see? So it seen me being robbed last week. So who in here had ever experienced a robbery by your witness or by your own experience? No one? No one ever experienced a robbery? Yeah. Good, thank you. Okay, is it scary? Yeah, and I was like freaking scared by myself because it's happened to me. So today I'm gonna tell you about that story. And remember, this is not a hero story that I would do something to fight back the robber. Okay? So the story went on last week. When I woke up and I was in a hurry. So with my friend, this was like 7:30 in the morning. Then and I changed my clothes and I put my car's body bag in like I usually do. But this time I forgot my clothes. And because I was so in a hurry, so I get out of the house and to set up the context a bit, my house is in a long alley. And that's alley. They have many branches that leads to many trees. And it's just small enough for two bodies to get through. And after I get out of my house, and I saw I drive like 10 meters, and I saw a man and a woman, some random office woman. They were standing opposite to each other, and I was standing right behind the woman. So I felt like this and watched them trying to get through. But on when I watched they get through, and it was 7:30 a.m. and nobody in the alley except us. And I saw the man, he keep looking at me instead of trying to get through out the mess like anybody would do, but he keeps staring at me. I thought at top is just a normal random look, so it's fine, but he keeps staring at me, and that made me feel weird and uncomfortable from my gut. And after that, and after they get through each other, and the man came toward me, and I was trying to get out the way by leaning real close to the wall like this, and my back was in a tight position to close to the wall like this, and he was standing right next to me, and instead of passing through, because I leave him enough space to go, and I started to feel weird, and I asked him, and then he asked me, he checked me to the food. He said, and what you think? And I feel weird too, but I didn't finish much. So I just start to room. And the moment room. And the back out of the time positions, I was what? And now it's in the hand of the robber.
Oh, imagine.
Yeah. Because it's not very tight in here, so he just take it. And I couldn't believe it. I was robbed in the daylight, and this was 7:30 a.m. and apart from us, just the alley saw it all. And I would think of my phone, my wallet, my paper in this bag, and then with no shape, hopped out to get it back. It was hopeless. Just for a moment.
when I saw him, I saw a chance that the man was so in a hurry, he couldn't see cuisine of Vietnam, which is epopee. And so he had to, he was so in a hurry, so he had to brake so urgently, and he pulled in the back like this. He had to brake so that his blanket out of hand and fell down to the ground. And seeing that chance, like a quicksilver, I turned up my bike and I ran towards him like this, and I tried to punch him, but I have no power. I have no power. It's just like that you like this, and he started to scream, go! And I didn't know that. I don't know that if what is his intention, whether he tried to escape or we're gonna take it, we try to get it back. So just take it and actually pick it up and come back to my bike and then like later I try to ride out of the alley as soon as possible. Then so that's how I incur robbery, and I take my bag back. And after that event, I didn't see it's a bad luck. I see it's a lesson for me to learn. And it's an interesting thing to do whenever I want to experience it again. But there's two things that I learned from this experience. One is that first, I was so naive, I was so careless about my safety. And lucky for me, that guy, he's just like a newly in a robbery escapade or something. And he was so careless enough that so that I can take my thing back. But who knows what could be next time. And secondly is that I was so lack of my survival skill in such situation. Like never leave yourself in such passive situation, position like that, or what to do or who to call when you enter a car robbery like that. And I hope this story can help you some reflection on what would you do in that situation, and hope this will help you protect yourself better. So thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. This is an action movie, and I can imagine every single step in her action with the purple. And also thank you very much for two important messages that she helped us realize that the first one is careful with our belongings, and also try to learn some survival skills for such issues. Okay, so coming to the next speech, for the Toastmaster Helen Nguyen, I would like to invite the evaluator, Toastmaster Thành Phạm, for introducing the objective of the speech.
Alright, so the Toastmaster Helen is on the project level 1, on level 1 project 4, and the object of her speech is to use the past recommendation to improve for her current speech. So, well, I hope you good luck with the speech today.
Thank you. So, speech title, level 1 project for speech title, do you have confusing moments in life? Toastmaster Helen Nguyen, Toastmaster Helen Nguyen, do you have confusing moments in life?
Hello everyone, I'm Helen, and in order to wake up your energy here, I would like to invite everyone to give a big applause to welcome my speech. Just try to wake up our energy to listen very carefully, because I think that is beneficial to you. Would you know that the biggest decision and risk at Scholastic was quitting job and spending 6 months off from work without activity. And today, I would like to share my story. And as I said, and hopefully that it will be beneficial to you guys to understand. I had worked for the biggest consumer finance company in Vietnam as an assistant to deputy CEO. I had a chance to work with the highest level position in the company like CEO, deputy CEO, chairman, board director. I learned a lot of knowledge and experience from banking sector about the finance majors. I had a supporting manager, friendly colleagues, welcoming and supporting working environment. I was recognized for my contribution to company by manager and raised salary many times during 5 years working there. But one day, I was not happy. I did not feel happy anymore. I did not feel satisfied about myself anymore. I did not know the reason why. I just go under confusion a lot. I have a lot of confusing moments. What I have to do next for my future? What the purpose of my life? Why I was born on this earth? I did not know. I was under confusion a lot. But thankfully, I did overcome my confusion. How can I do it? Can you guess?
Meditation.
Meditation.
Yeah, you know me a lot. That I will say that thanks to meditation, I find the answer for myself. There's no word that I can explain the power of meditation. But some people may think that meditation is something very complicated, sophisticated. But actually, it's very easy task. And here's my case. Number one, the first and the most important action I did on my meditation was spending time being alone. I have my own space. I mean that very silently and calmly, to look inside myself, to listen my thoughts, my questioning in my mind, every wonders, to look inside myself a lot, to listen my soul. Number two, I try to write diary every day. I try to write out everything. Try to write out every questions, every wonders, arguments, conflicts, confusions. I try to write out with paper. And number four, I try to find the answer by thinking logically in a mindful way for these questions. In a mindful way, please take that the word. In meditation, we call the action is mindfulness. You know what? That now we are going to be interfered, surrounded by many people, right? By many noises, activities, entertainment activities, Facebook, TikTok, online news, a lot of things. We rarely have a silent space to look inside ourselves. My life in the past was so noisy and messy that I forgot who I am. And the number four, out of finding the answers, I was so decisive and disciplined to take action. I would like to give an example to make clear picture to you guys here. My question is about why I was not happy, right? Why I was not satisfied with myself, even that at that time I haven't been in a banking account. And after being alone, spending time for myself, we can write out everything, and I find the answer. I found out two reasons behind the scenes. The first reason was that I did not see my job interesting anymore. I did not see myself improving and changing from the job anymore. At that time, I was afraid of changing. I was afraid of taking risks. I was scared of quitting job and being unemployed. So nothing changed, right? And everything just stopped there. And I knew that for me, at that time, satisfaction or happiness was not about the money. It was about a lot of money. It was about myself not moving. And the second reason, that I did not focus on myself. My health is so bad. My target was incomplete anything. And I was immersed in ambition, dream, and targets, but no action, clearly. Everything just a mess. And I learned a lesson that confusion happens when we don't have a clear picture of ourselves and don't action. Confusion shows that there's something inside my mind need to be explored and discovered. Confusion is a door of that myself needs to be different. And after fighting two reasons, I was immediately take action. I review my financial balance. I make plan on money spent, and then I quit job immediately. I delete, you know that, right? I delete all my Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and other applications, network applications on my phone. I focus on myself, spending time taking care of myself, doing exercise in order to have a body perfect. Working out every day, cooking at home with healthy diet, reading books, time to from my memoir, and delete all my harmful routines such as sleeping late, using phone too much time, using Facebook too much time. It just focus on myself. I list down every target and focus on one target for one period of the time that I shared you before, right? And right now, I will say that I want to share my feeling right now that I feel so happy. Even that right now I haven't got any success, but I think that the success is waiting for me ahead. And I know that in the future I will have a lot of confusing moment of confusion. But I will be not scared and will be not afraid of them because I know that I just need to be spending time on the one, write down everything, try to find the answer by thinking logically by microwave, and find the answer and immediately take action. I did. And you? Do you have any confusion? Once again, I'm Helen.
Wow, thank you, Toastmaster Helen, for an amazing speech with a lot of amazing messages to send to all of us today. I think that message is really helpful for us, especially to live in a life with a lot of social media and we rarely have a time for ourselves. And I feel closely related to Toastmaster Helen because I also delete most of my social accounts. I also practice daily journaling, but just two simple questions. The first question is that what I'm grateful for today and what's the room for improvement for today. So after nearly 2 months of practice that daily journaling, I also see myself clear and I also start to realize what I'm thinking, what kind of emotions that is currently happening in myself. Okay, so thank you Toastmaster Helen again for amazing speech. And coming next, I would like for the Toastmaster Kim Tot, but I would like to invite Toastmaster Hai Anh to introduce the objective of the speech. Yeah.
I will be pointing out your weakness and strength in your speech, and I just want to wish you a good luck in your speech.
So, level 2, project 3, speed title sharing and supporting Toastmaster Kim Tot. Toastmaster Kim Tot sharing and supporting.
I want to improve my English public speaking skill. And it is very the first time I hear her talk about Toastmaster. And of course, she told me a lot about Toastmaster, like the advantages, how Toastmaster operates, and what should I do before becoming Toastmaster member. However, I took 2 years to become to take membership of Toastmaster. And you will talk about around 2 years to complete a part of Toastmaster. But I have joined Toastmaster in March of 2020, and today I am delivering project 2, level 2. That means I just complete 25% of curriculum after 3 years. Well, I am really active member. And yeah, most of the time I just stand by mod and Toastmaster. I didn't talk about much about people, and I didn't hang out. Most of the time I didn't hang out with other members. So of course, sometimes I ask myself that what should I do here? Why I am here? I'm so confused about my objective, and I don't think I use money very effectively. I think I waste money. But so why I still here, and what should I do next? Okay. And after that, I share with Miss Jo. She told me that's okay, and she shared me about her journey, all about up and down her journey, and of course sometimes she wanna quit Toastmaster too. Yeah, I find a buddy, and she also quit too. Although I know she's really active in Toastmaster. And after 2 years of pandemic, I might speak in offline meeting. In that meeting, I feel so nervous, anxious, and I totally forgot the script of the meeting. I totally forget about my speech. In that meeting, I also had Miss Juk too. I also look at her and feel, yeah, maybe I would do that. But I'm not sure I can remember, so I have checked my phone. Blessed me, luckily me, all about a people, a member, and that meeting allow me to do that. And I think I will get an evaluation, a bad evaluation, because I totally forgot my speech, and I totally scared, so I stand ceiling. And I don't think I have a good speech. But Miss Jo told me that I have a lot of good points in that speech, and she made me very feel confident, although I don't think I really do. And every time I try to make a speech as Toastmaster, it always feel hurry and don't prepare good enough. I just try to finish a level, but I don't think I really serious to do that. However, Mitchell really come to me, patient with me, and she also gave me the direction of growth in public speaking skills. Yeah, and I just think she really a good friend of me with very, very sweetheart. And I don't think she is my mentor until yesterday when I prepared my script. After review all the theory about mentor, although I know about the theory of mentor, I know about the sharing the difference of coach and mentor, but I never think I have a mentor in Toastmaster. I just have a mentor in my career or something like that, on my job, anyway. But not much, and I never seriously think she's my mentor. However, today I feel really, really lucky for me to have with Miss Juk in the Toastmaster journey. Thank you for patience, for having me, and always listen to me. Yeah, I can't promise because I will be my 18 member. I try to complete more speak. I really can't promise that because on the theory, on the history, on my habit, I really can't promise. But I know one thing, I really, really thank Miss Juk and thank you Toastmaster or the member to when decide me to tell me that it's okay for me to be late. I can deliver a speech, not perfect, but it's okay for me to deliver. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.